rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey guys, this episode today is sponsored by the Bracelet Man. Handmade, personalized paracord bracelets. Specializing in military, police, fire, your name personalized even, or even your company or school. He also honors those who serve in the military. And if you're looking to get one of these bracelets, to have it personalized maybe for a wedding or a special evening, contact them at 706-457-7528. Again, it's 706-457-7528. He's located at Atlanta Highway in Rutledge, Georgia. You can also contact him on his Facebook page, The Bracelet Man, or his email at roscoe.0149@gmail.com. The Bracelet Man. Check him out on his Facebook page. Again, The Bracelet Man, located in Rutledge, Georgia.
Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast. Everyone, welcome to the Facebook Live edition of the Patriot Angle Podcast. I'm your host, Mike. Sorry about the delay, everyone. Sorry. Tried to get us live here on 7:30, but was finishing up some things where I'm staying at. Guys, I'm actually doing this in a hotel room, believe it or not. I am on other business scenario, so to speak, handling some other business set aside from the podcast. So broadcasting this from Sandy Springs, Georgia, which is a suburban area of Atlanta. So yes, still in the Atlanta area, northeast Atlanta. So welcome to our Facebook Live on the show. As you can see, it's black here, meaning that it's only audio. It's only an audio podcast, which will also be formatted to our audio podcast later this evening. So check us out on Spotify, Google, Apple Podcasts, and others. Like I said, right after this Facebook Live, it will be formatted to its audio version on all those podcast platforms. So check it out later this evening. Guys, we got a lot to talk about as I'm waiting for some listeners to join us in on our live feed here on the Patriot Angle Podcast Facebook page. Which also, folks, we will be doing a Instagram next Tuesday evening, roughly around the same time, 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast. If you happen to be in the center of the country, it would be Central Standard Time, and then, of course, Pacific Standard Time if you're out in California and those other states. So check us out on Tuesday evening for our Instagram Live show. That should be a great show. Welcome. Yes, I see my notifications popping up on the Facebook page. The Patriot Angle Podcast is live, folks, on the Patriot Angle Facebook page. So, with that being said, welcome to today's show, guys. Got a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about here on on the show today. Folks, I want to get into the Fauci report here, the story here on Fauci. He's in big trouble, guys. He is in big trouble. Fauci, I've been saying this for a year, guys, that Fauci was lying the entire time with COVID. He's trying to say, it may have came out of Wuhan, it may have not, it may have been linked to a species of bats. I mean, we've heard that story, right? We even heard that that he was linking it to some other kind of cross species. I mean, it's one after the other. And now, did you hear that the emails? Oh my God, the emails are leaking. I'm telling you, guys. I'm telling you, if it's not one story, it's the next, right? I mean, it's craziness. It's craziness. It's barbaric. It's nutty. It really is. So, I want to get into the Fauci story. I want to get into the masking. Now everybody basically just taking their mask, throwing them in the garbage. Folks, I knew it was going to come down to this. I knew it was going to come down to it. Even your former president, basically said the same thing. Yeah, he said the same thing. Like, it's going to go away. It's going to go away. It's not going to last forever, right? That was your former president, by the way, Donald Trump, guys. Donald Trump said it's going to be gone, right? Trump was right. Of course, it's going to be gone. Pandemics don't last forever, guys, and that's the story of it, right? So, with that being said, welcome to today's show. What else can we talk about here? I want to get into the Fauci thing. I want to get into a lot of crap today, but I'm going to keep it short, guys. As you know, this podcast, folks, has been going on now for 2 years. God willing. I didn't think we were going to last this long, but, the listeners have spoke. They want more seasons. We're now on season 2, guys. Will be episode 76, as this Facebook Live will be formatted into its audio version later this evening. So we have reached episode 76, guys, nearing 100 episodes. That's impressive. I tell you, that's really impressive. I also want to get into Biden. Oh boy, did you see Biden? Biden was on Marine One. Coming out of Marine One, he was heading to the beach. You see that story? He was heading to the beach, right? And Biden was coming out of Marine One, and he fell out of the damn helicopter. Oh my God! I was laughing my ass off when I seen that. Biden falling out of the damn helicopter. Whoops. You're going to see a whole bunch of mesh Steve Urkel scenarios. Did I do that? Oh boy, I tell you, that's some funny stuff. It's funny stuff. The man apparently has butter on the bottom of his feet. It's hysterical. It really is. Oh my goodness gracious. But with that being said, I just wanted to bring that up. I thought that was funny. That was earlier today. Biden going to the beach while Kamala Harris is attending other political business, right? He sends Kamala Harris for everything. Everything. He sends Kamala there. He sends Kamala here. Don't you handle my business. Why does Kamala Harris, folks, have to handle every political scenario or set of business plans for Joe Biden? Well, we know the answer, right? I mean, we don't have to explain it. Joe Biden cannot do the job. He can't do the job, folks. He cannot do the job. So, with that being said, so Joe Biden sends Kamala Harris to do the political deals and the business meetings, right? While Joe just kind of hunkers down in his bedroom in the White House, right? Because the man can't carry on his political duty. We all know that. Also, I want to get into some stuff here. We may be seeing. I've been hearing a lot of reports now on the story with Trump, Donald Trump. I heard out of Breitbart News that Trump might be reinstated in August. Like, what's this about? Under old constitutional articles in the Bill of Rights? Oh boy, I gotta read into that. It doesn't really clearly state that. I seen that off of Breitbart News earlier today, that Trump may be reinstated as the 46th president. Well, a lot of people are going to question their heads and say, what are you talking about, Mike? The 46th president is Joe Biden. We understand that. We understand that Joe Biden is the president, the current president of the United States. But what they're saying is that if a president didn't legitimately win a general presidential election and it wasn't really legitimate, then the former president would be reinstated into the presidency. Folks, I have to look into the Constitution on that. They're now digging up old files. I mean, a lot of mainstream isn't reporting on this. They're kind of tucking it under the rug like they always do. But I seen a report come out of Breitbart because I like Breitbart. Breitbart has a lot of good articles. It has a lot of positive type of stuff, and I was reading a little bit into it, but a lot of it seems like kind of like, it would make a lot of people happy. I'm sure it would make a lot of Trump supporters happy. It would make me happy seeing 45 back in the White House, right? Because, folks, you look around, where are all the Biden supporters at? How come you don't see any Biden supporters, even on social media platforms, saying how good of a job Joe Biden is doing? I don't see any postings, any tweets, hardly any TikToks, right? Or Instagram feeds. I don't see any of it. I don't see any of his supporters coming up and saying what a great job Joe Biden is doing. How come, folks, how come we aren't seeing the Biden supporters come out? I know why. Because folks, they don't exist. The Biden support, they don't exist. They don't exist. We all know this last general election was a sham to begin with. I mean, even the old Sham Wow guy from remember Sham Wow? He would be questioning his head like, what? Sham Wow can't fix that. Oh boy, even the My Pillow guy, Mike Lindell, came out and spoke. What kind of, half-fetched election was this? This was like one of the most rigged corrupt elections in history of elections, presidential elections. But yeah, folks, I seen that story out of Breitbart, but I was like, whoa, that's crazy. It's crazy stuff. But yeah, there's a lot of stories, guys, buzzing the headlines, especially with the Fauci, the Fauci story. Fauci, that's how you say his name. I can never say his name right. Fauci, F-A-U-C-I, right? Fauci might be going bye-bye, might be going to prison for not only lying to the American people for a year and a half with this pandemic, but guys, he should go to jail. He should go to prison. He should be held responsible for probably the largest death toll and pandemic American history ever, right? I mean, I think this is, we've seen the AIDS epidemic in the 80s, and of course he was to be blamed for that, a lot of scenario, a lot of similarities from the 80s AIDS pandemic back in the 80s compared to the COVID-19 pandemic. He was pushing the medication drugs back in the 80s for the AIDS pandemic, as he's pushing this vaccine for COVID, which are proven that the damn vaccine, folks, doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work one damn bit. Doesn't work one bit. First he was against it, right? Back in March. Let's play rewind, right? Hit your rewind on your remote control there. Last year we started out with the pandemic, right? We started out that he said, oh, double mask, or no, wait, rewind a little bit more, right, Mike? First he said we have to social distance, slow the spread by 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks went into a couple months down the road, we got introduced to the mask. And he says, you should wear a mask to slow the spread. He even said by then, about maybe a month into it, by like July, August, that the masks do not work. They don't work. He even said that the masks don't work. But then after he said that, he said, oh, we should double mask. Folks, not only is Fauci a con, he's a con artist. He's been in political government since, 40 years now? Possibly longer than that? He's a con artist. He said even that the masks were not working. They don't work. He even said that the masks don't work. So if they don't work, why was he constantly reminding people to wear a mask? Folks, was it all for political theater? Because we're clearly seeing that right now play out. People understand. They have common sense. Well, simple-minded people have common sense, right? We see that now. You don't need a PhD in medical study to understand that the particles from this type of virus or bacteria is thicker than these blue medical masks. First of all, these masks that everybody's wearing, these blue medical masks, folks, they're not designed for the purpose of COVID-19. They're designed for hospitals, for spillets of blood. These blue surgical masks are designed for surgeons in the operating room. They wear them to protect from droplets and spillets of blood when they're operating on somebody, so that way the blood doesn't get spilt into the surgeon's face. That's what the main purpose of these blue surgical masks are designed for. It struck me when they first introduced these blue masks last year, right? And said everybody has to wear the blue masks for protection of COVID-19. It's a different type of... Folks, blood is a different droplet than bacteria coming from a virus. It's a different... It's a different type of droplet. Droplets are not the same, folks. They're different. There's varies and different elements and different degrees from these droplets. Blood, folks, is a lot thicker, right, than a droplet coming from a sneeze. It's a scientific fact. I don't understand that these people in the CDC, if they're supposed to be experts and medical study and experts of virus and diseases across the country, folks, they've been wrong on a lot of different angles with this COVID-19, and we're seeing that from Dr. Doom here, Fauci, Anthony Fauci. He's been lying to the American people for a year and a half. Should he go to jail? Yes, he should go to federal prison, and he should be held accountable for the actions that the American people had to suffer for a year and a half from this. Not only from deaths, from manipulating, scaring American people from not wanting to work, go to their job place, go to family gatherings, holidays with family and friends, socializing with one another outside, doing outdoor activities. Folks, this man is responsible for all of that. All of that. Donald Trump even seen it last year. Why he never fired him, maybe because of political reasons, I don't know. I don't want to get there on that because, I don't know. There could have been a lot of reasons why he wasn't let go right away. But he should be fired. And he probably will by the Democrats, because they probably are looking at him and seeing all the accusations come under, from different news outlets now seeing it. Because the news outlets, folks, they can't hide it. They can't hide it anymore. They can't tuck it under the rug. They know that the American people see this man as nothing but a damn con artist. A con artist and a man that should not be paid the salary that he's getting paid right now. Do you know this guy is the highest political advocate or employee in the federal government right now? It's true. It's true. Folks, what we need to do right now as a country is come back together, end this charade of masking, end the masking, end the social distancing, end the crap. It's crap, folks. Yes, COVID is a real thing, and it's kind of similar to the flu and cold. I've said it time after time. Folks, I've been saying this for a year on my show. Stop living in fear, right? Stop living in fear. Use common sense. That's all you need to do is use common sense, folks. Use common sense. Yes, it's real. Yes, we should take corrective, responsible measures towards COVID-19. Yes, we should do all of that, folks. All of that. But use common sense. Stop listening to political politicians, advocates in the political field. Stop listening to them. I mean, seriously, do you need to really stop and say, should I go outside today? Biden or Fauci or Nancy Pelosi says I should social distance and stay inside. Well, if you want to do that, go ahead. Go ahead and do that. You want to do that? You want to listen to the political hacks? Go ahead. Go ahead. Stay inside, social distance, become a hermit for the rest of your life, for all I care. That's your choice. You want to get the vaccine, get the vaccine. You want to, stay cooped up inside, bunker yourself in like it's the end of the world. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because the only person that you're hurting, folks, is yourself. You're hurting yourself. Because do you think that these people in the Washington swamp really give a crap about who you are, where you come from, and what your current state of mind is? No. They might play it good on TV because, you know what, folks, all that is political theater. We see it time after time after time. And guess what, folks? It won't change because you continue to vote for these clowns. And when you continue to vote for them, guess what, folks? They have the upper hand. They have the upper hand. It's not going to go away, folks, unless you unless you vote these idiots and these clowns out of office. That's the only way. You want to live in a socialist utopia of a United States? Go ahead. Go ahead. Because that's what we're living under right now, folks. A socialist utopia. And we're clearly seeing this from the far left. We're clearly seeing this from the far left. Like I said, these people have done nothing but hurt us as a country. We are seeing low jobs, or low paying jobs for that matter. We're seeing high prices of gasoline. We're seeing short staffing across every type of industry in here. I've mentioned, anybody check out my podcast Wednesday, Inflation Nation. You gotta check that out. It's on Spotify, Apple. It's on all the platforms. Check that out, guys. I went into deep detail on that show, folks. This president is literally burying our country. It's terrible. It's terrible times that we're living under, folks. Terrible, scary times. But like I said, folks, I'm going to close it out here. And I want to remind everybody to join us this Tuesday evening for our Instagram live show, which will be, we will be back at our normal studio this Tuesday evening for our Instagram live. Tonight we're being broadcasted from the hotel, actually, because I'm staying at a Marriott Garden Hotel here. I'm on other business needs right now, dealing with other business here. So I wanted to jump on Facebook Live. I wanted to do a show here. Like I said, I'll be back at my studio this Tuesday evening for our Instagram Live, and I will be taking questions from guests that do decide to come on that show. That show is a free show, guys. If you have Instagram, or if you don't have Instagram, download the app. Join us on our Instagram live show this Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. It should be a really good show. Really interesting show. I want to get into some other topics. I was going to get into the topics tonight, though, but I'm going to save it for that show. With that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in tonight. And we'll see you Tuesday evening on our Instagram Live. So our Monday show, I want to go back to that before I close it out, guys, so there's no confusion. Our Monday show will be moved to Tuesday. So we will have our Tuesday show on Instagram Live, and then following that, the next day, we'll be back on our regular audio format Wednesday evening, and then also next Friday will be our regular audio format. With that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you Tuesday.
You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.